And there we are. What's
Hello.
up? What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So we're sitting here with Tammy and Krista,
That's me.
our TV star.
Right? Hey, she got to look
So,
at Dr. Oz for like an hour.
I did.
oh my goodness.
Straight staring the whole time.
Oh boy.
His eyebrows are amazing.
I could think of worse to look at for a whole
I know,
hour.
right?
Yeah, so we were talking a little bit before we went live, but Krista, why don't you just walk us through that whole day?
Well, it was definitely interesting. As Sheer stated in her live this morning, we talked to them for a while and kind of worked everything out as to what was going to be discussed and talked about and the experience we had with Lifetime and all that stuff. So it kind of happened. We went in the night before, and then the morning of the taping, we went right to the studio, got COVID testing, hair and makeup. They went over questions, and then they brought me right in to see Dr. Oz. And there wasn't a live studio audience, but there were about 50 people there that worked there, and it was so quiet, and you just felt all the eyes on you. Everyone was really nice. And then Dr. Oz asked questions, and then that was it. And they said, okay, well, when it airs, we're not going to cut anything out. It's going to be okay. And like I said, it was a lot better than Lifetime, but there was still stuff that cut out with certain questions that would make things a lot easier to understand for what I was saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There was definitely things that they didn't stick to as our agreements, but
yeah,
we did walk away feeling better than how the Lifetime situation
100%. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Definitely.
Really quick, I want to say the thing I wanted to tell you is the silver lining for and we'll have to tell them which ones tonight because I believe they have 2 weeks now that they'll probably want to get rid of any videos that have those pictures that are licensed. It's
Okay.
the 2, right? Because as of 2 weeks from today's date when it airs, those are copyrighted by Dr. Oz now, right?
Yes, they
So
are.
they might potentially get copyright
Absolutely.
issues.
So any
about
letters,
2
and
weeks.
I know on some Facebook groups and some of the YouTube shows, they have the letter I wrote to Chris and then the letters I showed, but Dr. Oz has, those are kind of theirs now. So anybody that does have that, can't.
So the people using that against her to trash her, we recommend you have about like 2 weeks, we believe, from the air date before the copyrights go through. So they,
Yeah. Thank you.
Surprise!
Thank you.
That was the only silver lining I could
Hi,
find.
everyone in
that.
chat.
good
Hi,
one.
Jan.
I'm gonna be even more hated.
And I just want to clarify something. I was never having an affair with Chris Watts. That never happened. There was no love triangle. At all. So no love triangle, no affair.
Truth with Dave. Never touched the letters. I'm good.
Yeah, none of that happened. No, that was not my intention.
Was it though, Chrissy? It was the first letter you originally wrote, right?
The first letter I originally wrote, and then letters that Chris wrote back to, like he wrote to Dylan and mentioned stuff, and any of those that were shown on Dr. Oz, those can't be.
Yep, those are within 2 weeks. And we just actually thought of this. I think I thought of it yesterday. Was that when I texted you? And I didn't even think of that until I was like, oh shit, now those are going to be copyrighted, so that it might affect the people who used it to trash you.
Of course. And they think I was ashamed of it. I knew the letter would come out eventually, and I would have showed it myself. It's nothing. I'm not embarrassed of it because I'm just not. So a lot of them think they're taking it and running with it, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, you can't now.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So they, you came on my show, I don't even remember how long ago now.
oh God, it was,
months ago.
yeah, it was like after Cellmate went on. I want to say the end of June or beginning of July, I think it was.
Yeah, okay, so not as long as I thought it was, but they saw that interview and reached out because you were one of the hardest people to try and book, they said, right?
Yes. She said it was very hard trying to find you and get you to talk and do this. Yeah. I'm hesitant after Lifetime, and there were other people that reached out and Mr. Share, I sent you all the emails and things. I was just like, I'm not doing it. Like, forget it. But then after all the hate and stuff, I kind of was like, I'm not going to go against what I said. I'm not going to change my view, and I'll just speak my truth, and people already hate me, and that's okay.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Checking Conviction asks, were you scared to be in front of the world? I mean, tons of people watch Dr. Oz.
No, the reason I don't have my screen on is because I'm in a flare up with my lupus, and I have like lupus rash, the butterfly rash on my face. So I not putting makeup on or any of that. So I don't want to scare anyone. But yeah, I'm in a flare up with my lupus right now.
Benny.
Yeah, did they talk much about the whole lupus thing with Dr.
Yeah,
Oz?
he did, and that was some questions he asked me, and those are some questions that weren't in the live. All they showed was when he said, well, you have lupus too, and how do you feel that Chris is giving you advice that he gave his wife, and I answered that, but there were other questions he asked, and that wasn't on there. Nope.
Yeah, they took out everything that you had said about like all of the positive stuff that you had to say about Cindy and
exactly.
Ronnie and
that was
and everything,
and that's a huge part of why I wanted to go on, because I made it clear to them, and I spoke. They asked a question, why did Chris have his mother call you? That's an intimate thing, and I'm like, it isn't. And the situation, when you hear the situation, which everyone knows now, it wasn't. She was just doing something nice. And I told the second question was something, do I still talk with her? And I said, I haven't spoken to her in a while, but I have a lot of respect for her and Ronnie and Jamie, and they're a great family, and I have nothing bad to say. And they left that part out too, of course.
Well, do you get to see any other parts of it? I mean, did they give you like a copy of the whole thing? No?
No, not at all. They
Of course not.
They just gave Cher and I the little clip last night, and I wasn't able to see anything or how it went, any of that. Mm-mm.
And we were supposed to have clips several days in advance, which didn't quite work out.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
Well, that's how media works. People, exactly why I never just want to hear it what a TV show says, because again, it's not, they make it in their own narratives and their own ways. Like, they already have the show planned out when they had Chrissy come on, right? Before they called to even have her book, they already knew how they wanted that show to look. So
yeah,
exactly.
So. And they pick and choose what she says and put it in there for the show.
Yeah. And we were under different, Cher and I thought it was just going to go straight through because that's what they expressed to us. And again, they were very nice, and I can't say anything rude, but I was surprised when all the questions weren't on there. Yeah.
Because we went over everything in advance.
Yep, exactly.
And we had to have the questions before, and I mean, you were even nervous, and we went through it like you went through practicing telling me what your answers are going to be.
100%. Like, Cher, just ask me these questions, make sure I answer okay. I don't want to ramble too much. Just stay focused. And she did. She helped me for hours, went back and forth constantly.
TV programming for a reason, which is for your entertainment. Yeah. Just like us YouTubers, entertainment people.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, exactly.
Which is
and he's the only one that asked you questions, was it?
Yeah, he was the only one. Yep, it was just Dr. Oz. Yeah, he was the only one that asked on the show. Yeah.
What was it? You said there was a couple of things. Oh, go ahead, Tammy.
Go ahead, Cher. I was just going to say, is it weird for true crime to be on Dr. Oz?
I Sure, can you explain that better? Because I think he does that segment. It was the first time I really knew about it, but he does that, right? More
so
often.
I watched I always kind of watched Dr. Oz, so I watched when he didn't used to do that to when he started entering in that, which again, entertainment, TV, obviously I think it was for ratings.
Yeah.
But the way that he does it is people think, oh, Cher sold Summer Wells story to Dr. Oz. That's not how Dr. Oz works. He is still
very professional.
a heart surgeon. Yes, he is still a real doctor, does surgeries and everything like that. And so he covers true crime cases, but he covers cases that have some kind of medical stuff or mental stuff involved. So he'll cover the true crime, and like for her, they were focusing a little bit on lupus and also the mental state of Chris Watts and the mental state of someone that writes prisoners, because there is statistics for people like Chrissy or myself, who I guess now Mr. Sheriff fits in that. If you reach out and you sympathize with prisoners, or you even, I don't know, try to have any relationship with anybody that's, in prison, they think that you're mentally unstable.
Exactly.
And I disagree with that. But that's what a lot of times, especially with like women who start relationships with inmates, they are already considered unstable women. They are battered, they have a rough past, whatever. A lot of times it is true, but I don't think it's a bad thing.
Right.
And humans need interaction, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. And I want to say, and I'm not gonna say in an appropriate way, but there obviously are other women that have written to Chris and didn't get as much hate than we did, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Yep.
I'm a prison wife. Everybody makes you feel like you are not right. And we have a really good friend, Cecilia, and she married a lifer. And I'm sorry, I don't think there's anything mentally unstable about that woman. She has done a lot for not just her husband, but inmates all over the states. She's got a really good head on her shoulders. So I really disagree with that.
Me too. And it bothers me when like people knock on people that are married to prisoners, regardless if they're with them before or after. It doesn't matter. And I said this to Dr. Oz kind of off screen. They asked me the question about that, and I just said, and again, people are going to think I'm crazy, but what's the difference if you meet someone on a dating site and you don't know them and you're talking to them for months and then you go to date them versus somebody wrote to in prison and they're going to get out and live a normal life? I don't get what the difference is. I don't know why the judgment's there.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you.
Valerie says she's a counselor and she married a lifer.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, love is love. I mean,
it is. Exactly.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
It shouldn't see color and age, and I mean, it's if you love somebody, you love somebody. That's it.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Before or after he was convicted, Valerie?
Yeah, we're all just people.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I just thought it was very interesting that Dr.
Happy?
Oz done a.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Valerie. He got the death penalty at 16 years old.
Wow.
Oh.
That would be even harder to know that's hanging over your head.
That's sad.
Oh, his death sentence was reversed. Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Well, there you go.
Awesome.
Susan, because there's people that don't really believe that, and I don't understand who it is, like whose place it is to judge that.
Yeah, some people they want answers. Some people, they just want to try to understand what was going through their head, the mentality behind everything. I think it boils down to a lot of it is just plain curiosity.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of cases, you have to look at all sides of it. You can't just look at what, the good side of it. You have to dig deep into it to understand it if you want to really know.
Right.
Thank you, Punksy.
Dalen, I haven't seen your name in the chat, and I was wondering where you were. Punksy, thank you.
Well, there you go, Lady B. Yeah. You don't, not everyone's going to think the same. That's for sure.
And I respect everyone's opinions regardless.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to agree to disagree, because with this case, and people have said, why are you still talking about it? I feel it's just going to be a case that's talked about just like so many other cases that have been 20 years after. It's just always going to be discussed. And I think people just need to be respectful and agree to disagree. Not everyone is going to have the same opinion. Just isn't.
Yeah.
Dave, I agree with you. I don't think Chris hurt the girls either.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Don't believe that.
I've been kind of out of touch with the case, but I've been hearing rumblings that NK is being investigated now.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
Can we believe it?
Well, she did some shady shit. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if this is going to lead anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, that would be a reason why Ronnie Watts hasn't gotten the phone back, and that's what they had told Ronnie. When Ronnie told me that whatever detective had told him, well, if Chris files any appeals or whatever, we still need it for evidence. So to me, it's like they're still hanging on to it, because if it'd be given back or tossed out, because they don't hold on to all evidence forever like that, like 3 years, a phone. So it tells me that maybe there could be something happening, but I'll just believe it when I see it like on the news or something.
Right. Absolutely.
However,
can I say this part? I want to just clear up. I don't 100% don't feel Shanann hurt the girls at all. So just because I feel that there's some things in chat, just because I don't feel that Chris is the one that hurt them, I don't feel that he's 100% innocent, but I don't feel that Shanann did any of that. So just because people think I'm siding with Chris doesn't mean I automatically think Shanann did it. I don't think so at all. I feel there were others involved.
Yeah. And if you go by what Cindy is saying, Chris did make his choice that night, and it doesn't sound like it was NK. It sounded like he wanted to make his family work and have his son, because he always wanted a boy. And I kind of believe that. So what if he did make his decision that night, and it wasn't NK like everybody's saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Kelly Jean, that's a great point, because he looks like your average everyday guy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When I was trying to do the documentary, I had so many people telling me that they didn't know if they could trust anyone, because if someone who seemed to be so normal could do something so vile.
Exactly.
You just never know what's behind anyone's eyes.
Yep.
If you go back and watch the videos and you watch his interactions with his kids, I cannot see him doing that. If he did, I feel like he'd probably be like, they would have found his throw up right there or something. Like, I'm sorry, like, I just don't believe he did that. That, to me, that's somebody who is detached from those children, which we all heard how NK talked about those kids all along.
And she never was able to say their names or Shanann's name ever. Never able to say their names. And to me, that's very detached from somebody. Very.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in the end, he chose Shanann, and she just, NK just
I agree with
flipped.
that. Yep, I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
And the other family changed.
He killed Shanann or the kids. Yeah.
See, and I don't see Chris as a narcissist. That's one thing I don't see he fit the profile. He doesn't really fit the profile of a narcissist. He was always very quiet and introverted and kind of wanted to stay out of the spotlight. When a narcissist, it's just the opposite. You always want to be seen. You have to be the center of attention. Everything's about you. he never really projected any of that from what we've seen on the videos. Again, I wasn't there behind closed doors, but from what we've seen, he doesn't seem to present with those characteristics.
Yeah, I never really got on board with that whole narcissistic thing. St. Francis for
I think
Animals.
he was okay with
What would have been
Shanann
possible
telling him what to
connection
do.
with
I
he
think
having
he was
covered
okay
Jean
with that.
Benet case?
I agree, Tammy. He was. I think that was easy for him because he's adjusting where he is now, and he's adjusts when he's in a controlled environment, it seems.
Oh, John Benet, it's because the brother got disabilities. What's his name? The brother, John Benet's brother, has some disabilities, and they say so did the mother. What was her name? Pam? Something I can't remember, but they do say that the mom had some mental issues and kind of like lived vicariously through John Benet. Burke, thank you. Yes, Burke. So yes, they're going off of I believe I would have to rewatch. I do believe I watched those episodes, but I think it was talking about the mental part of Burke as well as the mother. Patricia, Patty, Pam,
Patsy.
I think names right now, but yeah, I've heard from whatever professionals on TV a lot. Yeah, I do believe she wrote that letter. They think that she was a little cuckoo, and I think so as well. And so was he. He was trying to still go like on business trips and stuff the day they found the daughter, so whatever. He was like, queue up the helicopters, we're still leaving.
What crazy.
Thank you, Miss Wendy. Yeah,
he's innocent, but
none
there
of us
might be
think
people
that.
who think he is, but I certainly don't.
No, we don't think he's innocent.
No, Chris is not innocent. He's where he needs to be. Now, whether the charges are correct is a different story, but
right, exactly.
I mean, he's where he needs to be.
When they say to him, it doesn't matter, Chris, you're going away for the rest of your life. You're probably getting death penalty. It doesn't matter if you killed 1, 2, or 3 or more people. No, but you don't say that because yes, it does matter because if you killed one, who killed the others? Hello, it matters. For the detectives to even say that is very disturbing.
Yeah. It's like, well, you're going away for life.
It may matter by 25 years.
That's everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, Jolene. Thank you.
Sam, I am.
I'm sorry, y'all might hear my parrot in a minute. He's starting to talk.
Oh, mine would swear if I had one. It would swear constantly. Every other word.
I used to want a parrot just so it would cuss. There's there's like the 2 cussing parrots I like to watch on YouTube. It's hilarious.
You must watch Oni. Do you watch Oni?
Maybe that's what it is.
Pepper likes to cuss too.
Scott Peterson, yes, that's what I was saying. And Barry Morphew got bail and he's out right now. Like, you guys.
Oh my God, that is what Jesus, take
Florida
the wheels.
girl. Well, tonight's Chris Watts because Summerwell's case is. There's things going on behind the scenes, so we've been a little more quiet on it because we don't want to just talk to talk, I guess. We're waiting, if that makes sense.
You don't need to answer this, Chrissy, but Valerie was asking why you and Dylan broke up.
The reason for that was towards like the end. I've never saw Dylan in person, and things were okay. Towards the time I was going to Lifetime, he started to get really agitated, and I saw a different side of him that I didn't see. He knew I was going to Lifetime. He was okay with that because I always ran everything by him and Cindy and Chris. They knew, if I did something, I wasn't going to do anything and not tell them. And then Dylan got upset with that. that I ended up going. I don't know why. And I ended up just ending things because of his demeanor and the things that he said. I'm like, no way. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
But there are some rumors that Dylan broke up with me because I was in love with Chris. Not true. Not true at all.
Yeah,
Not at
true.
all.
I got to see, I think, all of the letters,
Yep.
and it's very clear to see. Okay, I told Chrissy right away because she sent me everything to look at, and right away I was like, "Oh my god, I can see what happened." I honestly think because Dylan grew up like in the system, he did. He's
Yep.
all his life pretty much, right? And
Mhm.
so he knows how to hustle. He's a hustler, and he did
Yep.
it when he got out too. He did it to the damn Watts. Yeah. So, anyways, he's a hustler. So I think that he says Chris is like, "Oh, God put it on my heart,
Mhm.
I should give you this girl," or whatever. In reality, I believe that maybe Chris was showing off different
Mhm.
girls. Chrissy was one of them, and Dylan was attracted to her and was like, "I got a plan," like because he's the hustler.
Mhm.
Chris doesn't know these things yet. He's learning these things.
Right. Chris
I
didn't
do
have that
believe
kind of life.
Dylan was, yeah, and I think. Yeah, I
I
think
agree, Cher.
Dylan was the mastermind with that. By judging by reading all of the letters,
Mhm.
even after they broke up, I saw he was writing her and
Mhm.
still talking. Like he was literally trying to get Chrissy to sell the Watts out,
Yeah, and that would
and
never
she
happen.
wasn't doing it. And he
Mm-mm.
was like, "I don't care." And the stupid book or whatever that he
Mhm.
released or
Yeah.
whatever, he was trying to have her sell for $10,000 parts that Chris had wrote before it was even published.
Mhm.
He was
Which
trying to get her to sell out the Watts
yeah, and
while
I would
he was
never do
still behind bars.
that. Nope.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I would never, ever.
Yeah, and she never did. So everyone
Mm-mm.
talking that crap about Chrissy,
Nope.
like I've seen what he wanted her to do, and I know it never happened. She never did anything that he wanted her to
No.
do in that regard. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There've been a couple people being a little snarky, but for the most part, people have been pretty good.
Foxy.
Yeah,
Hey, Foxy lady.
and that's okay because we're all gonna disagree.
Oh yeah. We're not. If we all agreed on everything all the time, then life would be very boring.
Exactly. Thank you, Kelly. That's
Yes.
very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jolene.
Hey, Sam. So, Chrissy, was it a good
wasn't a
experience
rerun, by the
overall,
way.
though?
It was a good experience. Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, it was nice. I just get really bad anxiety. Cher knows. I get so much anxiety. But yeah, it definitely was good.
Yeah.
And like Cher saw my credentials, Dr. Oz, obviously I had to provide all of that for them, which I did. So anybody out there saying I didn't graduate high school or grad school or undergrad, yes, I did. They see it, they had it, and I had to prove that to them. And Cher knew all that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
played
awesome.
manager on this one. I wasn't selling nobody's stories off. I did get to mention Summer Wells though, but people should be happy about that because they said who, what case,
Yeah.
what little girl's missing, from where.
They weren't aware of it at all.
They had no idea. They literally were looking it up while I was on the phone.
Yes.
If people want to get mad at me for having the opportunity to bring awareness to this little girl's name who had no clue, then I mean, trash away, please.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you.
So Emily's asking, now that it's over, are you glad you did the Dr. Oz show?
Yeah, I am. We went into it hoping it would be the way we, the truth be told type thing of our own opinions. It didn't quite 100% go that way, but yeah, I'm glad because I'm glad someone like Dr. Oz and his show were able to verify certain things, and hopefully that'll, put some questions to rest. But yeah, and plus the Watts family, I always will go to bat for them 100%. Yeah.
There you go.
Christa Richello.
Yeah, if you have cable or whatever, you can see the Dr. Oz show that aired today. That was the interview with Chrissy. We don't have cable, so I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah. I'm just looking in chat. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Are you going to share that thing?
I'm gonna try.
All right. Cher's going to try and share that little teaser clip that we got sent. Hopefully it'll work.
Is this the one Dr. Oz sent you, or is this the one on TV?
The one it's just a clip that I played today that Dr. Oz showed. Oh, it's not gonna let me share, babe.
And she dipped. And
She's out of here. Oh, she's back.
I don't know what's going on. She tried to email it and couldn't.
I tried sending the show to her. I couldn't do it. I taped it and it just wasn't going in email or text.
Did you want to write a letter
There we
to a
go.
convicted murderer?
When I saw the case presented online and on the media, initially I assumed he was a monster and he did this. And then as I looked into the case more, I just, from watching the videos and how he interacted with his wife and children, there just was something there, and I just had this feeling that he did not commit this crime, and that's one of the main reasons I decided to write to him.
That's the clip.
Yeah, just so you guys get a little bit of an idea. They do love playing that love triangle thing, though.
Oh, they do. They certainly do.
Because it's
Oh, yeah.
entertaining. That's what gets the views.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's what drags you in.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 I can boot me, I think, unless you want to play the clip again.
I think I can, yeah.
And you flew
St.
out there,
Francis.
Chrissy, and you stayed in a hotel and stuff?
Yeah,
then you
they
flew
sent
back?
they
Is that
sent
how you-
transportation to us, and yeah, we stayed in the hotel, and then the next day went right to the studio. It was right across the street. It was very nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So St. Francis is asking Krista, do you still feel he didn't commit the crime?
Yeah, I stick with my feeling. I don't think he did. I don't think he's 100% innocent either, but I don't think he was the one to physically hurt his family. No.
Hey, Foxy Lady.
Well, we could get into that. Ruby B wants to know, what makes you feel that he didn't actually do any of the murders?
In the beginning, I believed he did before I was really researched what was going on. And then as I researched and watched the videos, the things that Shanann posted and saw certain things, and something just didn't click right with me. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. This guy does not seem to fit the profile. I'm not saying that's the way you go all the time, but there was just something there that just kept eating me away. Just something didn't seem right. And that's why I was like, okay, I need to like contact him and see if something could get out. Because I just didn't feel that he could have done that.
I don't need the cable.
Prairie Dog 77 merch. It's funny. That's what my daughters call him. Prairie Dog, man. Do you have any idea who did?
And I agree with Chrissy. I don't think he did it either.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I was I always felt there were others involved. I was informed of who was thought to be involved, but for legal reasons, I don't want to say it because I don't want any legal repercussions.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were other names that were expressed.
I'll say it, NK and Jim.
Mhm.
Daddy helped
I will
cover.
too.
Like,
Yep.
I'm sorry, but even the other
And
family,
Daddy.
we'll go with Razzleberries right now, since there's another lawsuit fundraiser going on. The Razzleberry family changed their stance too, and I can't help but wonder if they got any Anadarko money to change their minds.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm just going to say this. I am a mom of 2 daughters, and I have 2 granddaughters, and I have 6 grandsons. And if anything happened to any one of them, I would die proving who did it to my girls. I would not let that go. I don't care
Exactly.
what I had to do.
Exactly.
I wouldn't care. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yep, I agree.
I don't care if it was hazardous to my health or not. I would keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, St. Francis, because I share an unpopular opinion. I think he did it all. But yeah, I don't understand if he was innocent, why would he confess to everything? I don't really get why he would, and so quickly. Like it wasn't like he was pressured for a long time.
He was threatened with death penalty, and when you've never even had a speeding ticket and you are threatened with death penalty, you just want to live.
And he confessed to killing Shannon before that.
It's very that's not necessarily true, because there has been I don't believe that, by the way.
All right.
Well, my thing is if for the people who believes that he's totally guilty, where is the evidence? I know that they couldn't bring it to court because there was no trial, but do you believe there's evidence to prove that he's 100% guilty?
I think a lot of people are just
If
going
they
on the
had to prove
confession.
it, could they?
I don't think so.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
how much evidence did they actually gather?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, other
Right.
than
Yeah.
confessing and knowing where his children and Shanann were. I mean, those are pretty big matzo balls to be hanging out there, but
People do take
I
plea
mean,
deals. Innocent people
oh
take
yeah,
plea deals.
yep, they do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
like I
And
said, I
Colorado-
believe he's where he needs to be. He's 100% guilty, but show me the proof that he did it by himself.
Right.
That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying. Show me the proof that he's 100% guilty.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree.
I can't remember what it said, but in like, I don't remember what it was, 2 years or something like that, out of however many cases, 15 went to trial out of hundreds of murder in Colorado, murder cases in Colorado. Out of hundreds over, let's say, like, I can't remember, 2 years or something, 15 went to trial. 15.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Okay, Dave.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if NK is being investigated. If that's actually
Yes.
true, it'll be interesting to see what all happens.
I agree very much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Me too.
Mm.
Yeah. That interview she gave was
And
just
even if
all,
we
she
never
controlled that
know-
whole interview. Oh, go ahead, Tam. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, her and her daddy. I was just gonna say that even if we don't know everything, if they could just prove that she had something to do with it, that would be awesome. Because
Exactly.
we'll probably never know everything that happened.
Yep.
A wild Australian appears.
Hey.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Good.
Oh, fantastic, thank you. Sorry about that. I have an issue with
It's
the sound
okay.
here. Sorry. Hope you don't get copyright struck for playing an ad. Here on Australian radio. G'day, Chrissy. G'day, Tammy, Cher, and Mark.
Hello.
Hi, chat.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So,
How are you?
I'm very well. Very, very well, thank you. I just wanted to pop on and have a bit of a chat. When Chris wrote some letters to you, Chrissy, did he actually write any that weren't scripture related, or did he actually write to you things about the case?
The majority of his letters always started with something or had a piece of scripture in it, and then he would either write at the end or the beginning, or beginning scripture and then ending. But everything always had scripture in it. But it wasn't always just that.
It's just like Rhonda. Just like Rhonda.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
I just because from what I gathered, pretty much everything associated with Dylan's 7 books into one was pretty much all scripture related. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Their books are purely scripture. Nothing is talked about regarding any crimes or convictions. It's purely just scripture and their interpretation on that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were the one with the original of that, weren't you? I think you had the original.
Yes, I did. I was in the process of having it copyrighted for Dylan, and then kind of when everything happened, Dylan tried putting some lawsuit on me to get it back, but it was getting sent. It was already in the process of getting sent back to him. Anyways, it just took a while to get the copyright taken off. I had to repay for that to get taken off, and then by the time that was off, then that's when I sent everything to him. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks
You're
for answering
welcome.
that.
You're welcome.
That's bloody good of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think Cher and I are on the right page when it comes to this case. Brings out the worst in a lot of people.
It
I mean,
does.
like seriously, it becomes quite scary for a lot of people actually covering the case. I think, and it comes down to the closer you get to the truth, the harder they. I will just use the words they.
Yes. Perfect.
And it's happening with Cher's good friend Alan right now. He's getting he's just getting bashed from pillar to post. It's going to happen to me. I'm damn well certain of it, and a few other people that I'm close to in regards to the case. So I just wanted to just say that the truth is out there, and we have not been given even close to the correct version of it.
I agree 100%. Absolutely. Yep.
So it's what do you call it? I think Tammy also agrees with that version of events as well.
Yeah.
Mark's always said Chris did it all, but I think he's even having second thoughts now.
Well, I've always said that he could have had help, but he was definitely involved.
Yeah.
Cotton candy.
Yeah. I mean, he's where he needs to be, that's for sure. But
yeah, there's probably other people that should be in there with him, but
yes,
exactly,
absolutely, without a doubt. And just NK Jim and Daddy. Just to start with, Daddy for his involvement in giving her an alibi for Sunday when she actually had no alibi. She was so tired. 20 minutes into a 3.5-hour interview.
Oh, Jesus.
She couldn't even figure out, her Sunday alibi, which I believe is very important. And that was like, what day did we go to the museum, says Daddy. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the alibi, and Daddy gives it.
Right.
So it's not there's something very suspicious about Sunday, and Daddy himself inserting himself into the first 2 interviews that she was involved with. The first one being with the FBI, which was totally outrageous that she was interviewed by the FBI, only the FBI ever first. No one else, just the FBI in a park with a dog and every other noise known to mankind.
Right.
I think he had the recorder in his butt cheeks. That's how bad the recording was.
Yep.
It's even the Wisconsin interview was just so they could cover their own ass and hopefully get a further confession out of him, which will never be admissible in court. So if this ever does, the 35C ever gets up, or if others are investigated and goes to trial, they could never use that interview in the Wisconsin prison because they didn't read him his rights. They didn't tell him it was getting recorded. So the Wisconsin interview will never ever be accepted by a court. So there's no point in anybody even thinking, saying he confessed to killing everyone like he did in that interview, because it'll never be admissible.
Exactly. Yep. I agree with that.
There was nothing he could do to get himself further in trouble. They actually said that at the start of the interview.
Yeah.
I know they can lie, but he didn't. But they actually can't do anything with that interview at all. And then they go and put it into Discovery, which doesn't make any sense. And they release it to the public. And then they took a photo of him and said, "Oh, it'll never go on social media." Well, it's the thumbnail. That photo they took in Wisconsin is the thumbnail for every audio that anybody puts up on YouTube. Is that thumbnail, that image that Tammy Lee took of him? So all they did is lie, and there's a big possibility, everybody, that his constitutional rights were actually violated by Tammy Lee in his what do you call it? In the just after the polygraph, he actually asked Tammy Lee if he could go outside then and see his father. She said no. And at that time, he was not under arrest. At that time, they had nothing on him, and he was free to leave the room at any time he so chose to. And Tammy Lee said no.
Yep. Dave, you're 100% correct.
Leave. And I believe his constitutional rights were violated the second she said no. And I believe that's why she is not responding to any of my emails or phone calls.
I agree.
Right? Because I have absolutely, she has completely stuffed up. And I believe we're going to go to the U.S. Attorney General's office to have all of Weld counties investigated into this case.
Nice.
Something seriously needs to be done. They are all corrupt and in on it together, and it's disgusting.
I agree 100%, Dave. I agree. And here's the other thing too. Why, if I look at it this way, if I was getting interrogated and I knew I was guilty or I knew I committed crimes, I would not agree, one, to sit and talk to anybody, or two, take a polygraph. I just, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't think when people say, oh, he probably didn't think he was going to pass it. Come on, he did everything by the book up until this incident, basically.
And he passed except for the one question of not knowing where they were.
Yeah.
Didn't he pass everything else?
Apparently, that was the only thing he failed on was knowing where the children were.
Yep.
Well, Tammy Lee said -2 was a bad score. You scored -18. Well, I want to see the polygraph results because I believe he passed.
Yeah. Because how come that hasn't been shown? Everything else is. They released the autopsies, which I think is completely wrong to do that. I don't think any of us needed to see the findings of the autopsies. I don't agree with that at all. I think if they were going to show anything, take that out of it and put the polygraph results in. Don't show autopsies of the family. That's just not right.
The autopsy is actually very important. They didn't show actual images, which is a good thing.
Which is, yeah, exactly.
But they gave us all the bloody. They took out pages from the original discovery and threw in prison letters. Seriously, they put prison letters into the discovery. What have they got to do with anything?
Right. That makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the discovery that had nothing to do with anything. Especially the new version. That was weird.
They said Trent Bolt was a liar, so they've still got his interview in the discovery, and they said Amanda McMahon was a liar, and they've still got her interview in the discovery. When they've got nothing to do with the case.
Right. That's true.
So it just doesn't make sense. All they want to do is just they're trying to give us all this. They're giving us too much information, but not giving us enough.
Exactly. Too much of the wrong information in a way.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they've done.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely.
We say things like this actually. sorry,
What
when
was
it
that, Steph?
doesn't fit the narrative in our head. Because we all go, let's face it, even though it can't be used in court, we all do wonder, do people pass a polygraph? Whether it can be used in court or not. Like when we hear someone failed it and we have in our head they're guilty and they failed it, we're like, see, failed the polygraph.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
so, I don't know, that's how I feel about that anyway.
We
Right.
understand it
I just
can't
don't
be used as a
understand.
law, but why wouldn't they not? If it failed so badly, why isn't it in the discovery?
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that would
Exactly.
fit their narrative.
Yep. It would. It surely would.
Do not get me started on that, lady. Please.
Cattlegate.
Oh, we won't even go there, please.
Yeah.
Seriously, books of fiction. If you want a book of fiction, just read those books, everybody. It is not a true crime book. They are books, and that is all they are. They are novels. They are not true. There's no dark things associated with NK. That's absolutely a load of crock of bollocks. It's yes, absolute fictitious. She made up half the shit that went in that book.
I just don't understand how the authorities that were involved in all this, I don't understand how they are okay with letting the truth not be out there, letting people walk around that are guilty. Then they know they are. How are they okay with that? That's children that was murdered. How are they okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
See,
I couldn't live with myself.
my little tinfoil hat theory with that is the oil company was putting major pressure on law enforcement to wrap it up quick.
Exactly.
That's so sad.
So
Can
that's
you hear
why
me now a bit better?
we hear you good, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris confessed to killing Shanann, and then it just kind of like, when the hell did he admit to hurting the children? It was that was all so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then all of a
Yep.
sudden,
He was
yeah,
charged the
he's
next
just in
morning with
prison
all
for it.
3 murders.
Yeah, with no evidence and no suspicion, no confession of it, and he's charged for it. It didn't make sense.
Right.
And they're okay with that. They're okay that those
Yeah, I couldn't-
babies are
I
not
couldn't
getting
be okay with
justice.
that.
They're okay.
I couldn't be
I
okay
couldn't
with
either.
that.
I don't understand that.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I
Yeah,
agree.
those are it is weird that they can't use it in court because they're that unreliable.
But it's
they
enough
use
to
them all
say
the
he's
time.
guilty. Yeah, exactly. Why
I
use
think they
that as a
just
tool?
use it as a tool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think the damn things work.
No.
Like the squiggly things are just going randomly, and the police, if they think that you did it before they even start asking you questions, they'll come back and say you failed.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of validity on it. Like if they ask a general question, have you ever stole anything? And if you're a person, let's say that never stole anything and you answer no, but let's say, I don't know, years ago you took somebody's pen without asking and it totally slipped your mind, that could come up as a positive you stole something. That's how I don't want to say stupid or sensitive. I don't know what word to use, but that's how it's not valid in that way. And it drives me insane.
Yeah, that's okay. Mm.
Yep.
I'm just frustrated to high heaven with the entire case. I'm frustrated with CBI right at this very moment. Tammy Lee won't get back to me in any way, shape, or form. So we've actually got other avenues where we're actually going to submit all of our evidence that we've come across. And we've got some stuff very recently come across that's just going to blow. Seriously, it's going to blow her Hamburglar cardigan right off her. So,
Dave,
well, I love the trailer.
She wore that cardigan during the interrogation for a reason.
Wait.
Oh my
God!
God!
Remind him of where he was heading.
Wait, how about when she said she was impressed people were buying her cardigan and it sold out? I almost died.
Oh my God, it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It is.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
I didn't.
Dave, I really like the trailer that Red has out. That is good.
Yeah, well, yeah, the time's ticking. Yep, the time has come, and we're going to have to be very careful what we show on Saturday, because we've got some stuff that it's just seriously going to knock everyone for an absolute six. And we've been holding on to it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and now I think we can finally show a few things. So
Nice.
it's gonna shake it. Let's just
That's
put it that way.
exciting.
Well, it's time to shake the tree, so let's go.
Well, lovely to talk to you, Chrissy, and
You as
Tammy
well,
and
Dave.
Sheriff
Thank
Mark.
you.
Thanks for having me on. I'm always good for a chat with a what's cake.
Anytime. Thank
That's
you.
right. Yep.
Yeah, and more than welcome to pop into my chat anytime, Chrissy.
Oh, I would
if
love
you're ever
to.
awake at some stupid time, and I'd like to have you on some time. But I want to say great work, Cher and Mark, for having Chrissy on.
Thank you. Anytime, I'd love to come on. Thank you.
No worries at all. I won't be too hard on you. Cher can be hard on people, but I won't be.
It's okay. I'm used to Cher. I love her. She keeps me in line.
A very backwards way of going forward sometimes, but kudos to Cher for having the guts to actually ask people the tough questions, and I think you do a great job, Cher.
Awesome.
She does what she can, that's for sure.
She does.
All right.
Nice
okay,
talking to you,
I'll let
Dave.
you all go. I've got to head back to work. I've just finished my lunch break. So, because it's now midday for me here on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in the future.
We are in the future,
Yeah.
well and truly. So, all right, everybody. Have yourselves a fantastic night, and thanks for having me on.
Thanks,
Good
Dave.
night.
Have a
man.
great night. Thank you.
Later,
Bye,
Dave.
Dave.
No worries. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So, Chrissy,
Yes.
they left out everything that you had said about your relationship with Cindy and how you felt that went.
Yes.
Why don't you say that now then?
Yeah. What my answer was that Cindy was always very kind to me. Her family was always kind. I have nothing bad to say about them. They were always very kind and respectful, and I would always support them. And that's something I said in one of the questions that wasn't shown again.
Okay.
And I've seen it, and you actually got fairly close with Cindy until your ex kind of meddled in that and kind of
Yes.
messed
She
that
and I
up,
were we were very close. We talked, oh my God, maybe hours in a day. She was always kind. She was great. She's absolutely great. And then the ex kind of intertwined in that and interfered and spewed some not so nice things. And I understand if she, maybe didn't want to choose between Dylan and I or whatever it was, or felt more comfortable not talking to me. And I respect whatever her choices were. And I'm sure she has so many people talking to her. She probably doesn't know who to trust and who not to at that time. So I completely respect her. But yeah, I adore her. I love her.
Yes, and I've seen all of that too, and I can vouch that was mysteriously left out. But again, the silver lining is you felt better about the interview than you did with what happened with the whole Lifetime situation. So that's good.
Absolutely.
There's no chance you could get like the whole raw interview.
We could
Is
try.
that-
That would be great. If we
I
could,
would
that
love
would be
to see that.
amazing. Yeah, I would love
Doubt
that.
There'd probably be a disclaimer that we can't broadcast it or post any of it, but it would be nice to see it all.
I would love that. And they told me that there would be forensic on there after me. I didn't see them, and I didn't know Nancy Grace is going to be on. She definitely doesn't like me. She doesn't agree with anything I said, which is fine. But I feel what she disclosed on the show today, I don't think she should have said what she said. It was completely inappropriate and very vulgar. And
that is Nancy Grace for you. I hate that woman. I feel
Isn't
very
that the
much
one that's
compared to her
always
now.
like yelling?
Yeah,
she screams and yells, and that's what I love
She's a
about
very
her.
angry woman, Nancy.
She has her
all the
theories
time.
that she has in her head, and there's no telling that chick different. And I feel a lot like
that's exactly how she was.
It's like, I know.
I just didn't like how she talked about the girls in Shanann, how she went into detail about that. It was very gruesome, and I felt that it was unnecessary.
Oh,
I don't think she
that
should have
woman
spoke the
has
way
no
she did.
filter. That's
Yeah.
why people love to hate her. That's, I think,
Yeah.
why people hate me so much. I think they really love to hate me.
A lot of them do. Yeah.
Like, for real, that's how I
Well,
feel.
It doesn't matter where you go; they'll follow
They
you
follow
just
Yeah.
to say nasty shit. So yeah, they do love to
Well,
hate you.
yeah, because you speak your truth
Mhm.
and you don't care if people agree with you or not. You just speak how you feel, and that's it. And people can't handle that. There's
Yeah,
some
they're
people
like,
that just can't handle it.
Share. Spend your time talking about summer. You're not talking about summer. It's like, neither the hell are you.
Well,
You're
Right.
here bashing me. You
Right.
talk about summer.
Right.
Yeah,
And you're
they
free
go
to
and
cover
rave on
any
these
case.
other channels that do nothing but bash other creators.
All
They're
they
not
do-
talking about summer either.
And then they want to try and
Right.
make me look like I'm bad. My true colors are showing. You literally took the time as an adult to bully another adult
Mhm.
on something you
Exactly.
probably haven't researched. You just went about your day and felt shitty about yourself, so you wanted me to feel shitty too.
Yeah. And
That's
Sheer,
not how people find summer.
we were kind of like chuckling because while I was in New York for Oz, Sheer's getting all hate and saying, "Oh, you sold Summer Wells out to Dr. Oz," and people are giving her such a hard time. And she and I couldn't say anything at the time, and we're just like, "Oh my gosh, people have to stop! They're just creating unnecessary drama."
Yep.
Completely.
Oh, drama.
Mm-hmm.
People love their drama.
Yeah,
They
Nancy.
do.
Yeah.
It's like a
Well, that's why
soap
Nancy
opera you can
Grace.
interact with. That's basically how they see YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
Mr.
Nancy
Positive.
Grace is she's so loud, and she's like right there, and I think that's part of her getting her audience and stuff is she's just like she gets excited and she just kind of draws you into it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Completely. And I know there was a few things in chat about Shanann not agreeing with how we feel about Cindy. Again, we all have different relationships with different people and different interactions, which gives us different opinions. So I'm not saying
Mhm.
that because I had a positive relationship with Cindy that, Shanann didn't. Everybody has a different relationship and opinion. So it could have been completely different with them. Again, I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it, only what I experienced.
I just feel like Shanann and Cindy were kind of both very strong personalities, and Chris
Absolutely.
isn't. And
Yes.
Cindy had all this time to tell Chris what to do, and then Shanann come along, and now Shanann has that place, and I just think they were just strong personalities.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Will Dawn and Candace go on the Dr. R show?
We don't know.
No,
That'd be interesting.
That should be interesting.
Tame Tiger, we're talking about Nancy Grace. If you Google her, you'll see. She's very, very popular.
Yeah, she's fired up. When I started talking today, I was like, "Oh, thank God I wasn't there for that."
Yeah. I would love to see Dr. Oz question Dawn. That would be
Yeah.
That would be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. And Dr. Oz made it clear. Again, there was another questions that weren't showed, but Dr. Oz talked about his opinion on the case, and if it shows, I don't want to say too much because again, I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I could put it this way: he doesn't agree with what I felt, and he was okay with that, and I was okay with that. We just talked like two adults and processed the interview, and that was it. It wasn't any discuss or any rebuttal. It was just two adults talking about something.
That's the way it's supposed to be with interviews. They're not supposed to slant things, and of course they will edit it to make it look a certain way, but
exactly.
Christa, they're asking, do you have an opinion on Summer Wells' case?
I've
whined to her a lot about this.
Yeah, I do, and I haven't researched it much. I follow when Sharon and Mr. Shear do their shows. I'm always listening. I something's definitely up, and I don't mean to be awful, but I just don't trust the parents. I just don't. I get an awful feeling. I just don't trust it. But again, I'm not 100% into it, so I don't want to say something if I'm not educated enough for it. But from what I have seen, I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. And it really bothers me that she's missing, and awful things go through my head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's no new information on her, so there's not really anything for us to talk about as far as
Right.
summer.
There's not really any information. Like, law
No,
enforcement aren't saying anything.
And see, and that's stuff that
No.
aggravates me with people, so many cameras. And again, with the Watts case, there's cameras everywhere. How are there either people don't release them and we don't know about it, or how do things just not happen? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. With technology and society, everything is being watched and taped.
That's true.
oh yeah,
I mean, how
everywhere.
is it not spotted somewhere?
You literally watch people be arrested by watching CCTV cameras and whatever.
Yeah,
Those
but
are everywhere.
there's no traffic cameras and stuff like that in backwoods Tennessee.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is
Yeah.
true.
No,
And I'm in, yeah.
but what they do have in backwoods Tennessee and backwoods anywhere is if you're into, the drug situation, and I won't say exactly what, you're going to have cameras around your property because you want to know who's
This
coming
is
on it.
Exactly.
true.
Very true.
Mhm.
Very
I
true.
guarantee you half those houses had cameras all around just to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mr.
Or
Watts
even
just said
going
that.
to
Mhm.
a gas station or a center where there's activity. There's got to be cameras somewhere in a gas station or somewhere in where she could have. I don't know. Again, I don't know much about it, but it makes me crazy.
You know what's
Mhm.
really
Some
weird
of the
too? They went to, what was it, Home Depot to get the videos in the Watts case, but the time they wanted it for was while Shanann, and they were looking for Shanann and the girls. They said that it's on the police camera videos, but it's during a time where they already know she was in a
Yeah.
different state.
Right.
Why were they trying to find her on? Like at that time, they knew that she had taken a flight. She was in late. That was all known.
Documented,
And so was
right.
NK at that point too.
Right.
Why were they looking for Shanann and the girls for a time they know she was out of state? It
Yeah,
makes
that was
no
very
sense.
weird.
Exactly. Exactly.
Aw.
And I think, why were they even looking for her in Home Depot to begin with? That doesn't.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Is that where yeah, I don't know. But I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's or something.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see her going to Home Depot or.
No.
Well, and following up on leads, yes, but also no in my head, right? Because if you already know she wasn't in the area and she was in a whole different state at that time, why even follow up on that lead? You know
Yeah,
she's not going to be on the camera if there's plane rosters and tickets to prove she was at a work thing in a different state. So that to me seems like a waste of manpower, hours, money, and all of that to even follow up on a lead where it should be common sense. She wouldn't be found on there because she was out of state.
Right.
Sounds like a distraction to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who brought the Home Depot up, but I saw the video. The police went there looking for Shanann and kids and the dates were when she was gone.
And they should have known already the dates that she was gone, so why would they go there? I mean, that should have been one of the first bits of information they should have had.
That's true. I know someone questioned on here about feelings I get. I use the word feelings instead of suspicion or what I feel. So I apologize for not clarifying that. But I say feeling as an inclination, a thought. So that's what I mean by feelings.
And every case is different. She can have different feelings about different people in different cases. It's very normal. What do you think about, have you been following the Gabby and Brian, whatever, laundry?
Yeah, a little bit. Again, not 100% researched, but what I have, I'm still kind of evolving with that. I mean, it's sad and unfortunate. I find it odd that he's not coming forward, but that could show guilt. Again, I don't know, but yeah, it's just not, something isn't right there either.
God, that was weird.
I think he's guilty.
Apparently,
I'm
it's
just
going
gonna say
around.
it.
I'm helping him hide. I've seen
Oh
it.
my God.
I've seen it in comments. Some
my
people have actually said it,
God.
and I usually just be like, "Oh yeah, you know it."
Oh my God, people are crazy.
Oh Lord.
I just laugh. There's some stuff that's just so. There's something I saw on Facebook regarding me. They took a screenshot of the Lifetime interview, and of course they doctored it up and brought out every flaw, every wrinkle I could have. And they said that I was arrested for a DUI. So I looked at John last night. I'm like, babe, do you know I was arrested for a DUI? He's like, I had no idea. I'm like, apparently this is my mugshot. It's just crazy what people will do. I'm like, I didn't even know this about myself. Yeah, not true, but yeah. It's crazy.
I don't have time to sit up and make crap up about other people. I'm too busy.
Yeah, who has the time for that? Like the hating and the bullying that all of us experience it's just, we're adults. And I even said to Cher before, like I couldn't imagine being a teenager or a kid in this like society the way it is now. It's just, it was awful. It's just awful.
Cher, you're full of who all of you have been hiding there. I mean, give us a list.
People.
God.
So many people.
Yeah, we got Jimmy Hoffa here too.
Yeah,
It's like
I was
all
gonna
of
ask
these
you that.
fugitives just have my number on speed dial, and they're like, "Cher, hide me." I mean, there's people even say I'm a devil worshiper because of my picture.
God.
And I'm a witch, and I've even been accused of being a madame that helps in the sex rings at
Oh
Soul.
my God. And
Whatever
Cher,
they're saying.
take the witch as a compliment. 'Cause I practice witchcraft, but yeah.
I was gonna say I'm a witch, so
Oh,
okay.
you are? Hello, Sil.
I
sister.
am.
Nice.
Yes.
So am I. I
Yes.
love
Yes.
it. So you understand the
See?
quote unquote feelings that we get. Yeah. You just have
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yep. Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Sure, Jolene. Go grab a burner phone at your local Walmart. I will call you 10 minutes after the purchase and tell you where to go. After that, that phone will explode 10 seconds after.
This message will self-destruct.
Right? All of us are really at Mr. Scher's house. We just signed in at different times. Really all just chilling in the other rooms.
That's another thing that people misunderstand as witches. They should really look it up and
Oh, yes.
and study
Yeah.
it before they call us,
Uh-huh.
evil and terrible
Absolutely.
people. It's really not. It's not like that.
No, not at all. If anything, it's for good and earth and animals and children and just life. Yeah. They completely look at it as you say a witch, they say evil or black magic, and that's all they think of. It's just, and I just laugh at it because I don't even, I don't, I can't. No, yeah.
I'm very much a nature person, nature, animal, taking care of animals. And I mean, I have a farm, for God's sake, that has rescues, and I'm a beekeeper, and
Nice.
I'm the last. The evil is not even nowhere
Yeah.
in my category.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
Jolene, I can see that going around tomorrow, just clipping the part where I'm like, get a burner phone at your local Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's going to happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
I was raised with two religions, so I got the best of both worlds. Dad was Roman Catholic, mom was Wiccan. Yep. And I studied both since I was 4 when I was initiated into the craft, and I was baptized and did all my sacraments and Roman Catholic, and I believe in both.
There you go.
Just go back and forth.
The light comes.
My husband tells me, you do not need another animal, or you do not need another crystal in this house. You do not.
The crystals are so addicting. Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sam I am is familiar with me. She knows.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, there is a balance. Yeah, you have, and I always say I practice gray magic because I don't do things intentionally to hurt someone, which I would look at as, I guess black magic. But I do for my intentions, and if I do something wrong, then karma or whichever will come back to me, however you want to use it. So
in threes, and I
Yep.
will not do anything like that because I don't want it back 3 times.
Yeah,
no, ma'am.
me neither.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Oh yes, American Horror Story. I'm a huge American Horror Story fan. Obsessed with it. Obsessed. Love that show.
Is that Matthias?
Yep.
Yep.
Matthias.
That's a good way to look at it, Ashley.
Very nice, Ashley. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's a big
ma'am,
old
Sam.
son.
I know.
Okay,
Mine
I'll be
too.
done, go. Okay. Hold on. Come on. Yeah, I think we got there.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Matthias. You're very vocal again tonight.
I've never seen a cat that likes to be held so much.
He does.
Oh,
Yeah.
If we're just standing around the kitchen or whatever, he won't stop meowing until we pick him up.
I love him.
well,
I
he's
know,
so
Nef-
grateful you saved him.
If I'm holding Matthias and he walks by, Matthias puts both paws out and grabs his arm.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, hey, get in here.
Oh, he's so
That's my
grateful y'all
nephew.
saved him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
the
love him.
stray kitty keeps coming back. I love her.
Yeah, she keeps
Aw.
putting food out for us. Of course she's going to keep coming back.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I would do the same thing, Cher. I would do. I mean,
Well, he told me that in around here, people like poison the cats because
Ah.
there's so many strays.
I
and it
hate
makes me
that.
sad.
That
So
will drive me insane.
oh,
You can come here and eat good food that's not poison.
Yeah, no. If I ever see that, that's where I would be in jail for.
Mm.
Can't handle that. Mm-mm. Wait.
that's so cruel. Why? That's
It
so
is.
cruel.
I see on camera.
These
It
people are
truly
nuts.
is.
You. Matthias, he did like 3 months in the pen, and we
He's getting
bailed him
so
out.
big.
Yeah.
He's getting really big.
Yeah, he's a fatty. He eats high protein chicken food, and he gets
Aw.
wet food for dinners, and sometimes he's spoiled and he gets it for lunch too.
Aw.
Yeah, he's spoiled for sure.
That's a good thing.
Fatty,
Whose
Yeah.
spot?
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Whose
Yeah.
whose spot in the bed is he taking over?
He's all over the place, but a lot of times he likes to like get up on my chest.
Aw.
Mm. There he goes again.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Put him down. Now he starts around.
Yeah, now he's gotta be up here on the desk going through everything. He's not allowed in
No,
Mr. Scher's office anymore because
Oh, he knocked my camera over. He pulled my mixer down. Thankfully, nothing broke.
we were sleeping and he decided to destroy.
Yeah, it's like,
The
I'm just gonna
office
go
overnight.
nuts and break shit. You can see it in his eyes too. Like he'll be all calm, and all of a sudden his eyes just go complete black. And he's like, "Okay, hell's coming."
He's so crazy. I call him Parkour Kitty because he'll follow us around the house, but he has to jump off of everything to follow you.
Oh my god.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
did that this morning. Like I don't know what it was like 3 a.m. or whatever. All of a sudden he just like ran across both of us.
I love
On
him.
the
He's so
bed.
cute.
He scared the hell out of me.
Like the other day when I was laying on you for no reason at all, he was like laying there almost sleeping, and I go lay on his chest, and all of a sudden he jumps up and he paws with both paws and like scratches my butt and just jumps away and leaves the room.
Oh.
He's all jealous.
I love him. He's so cute.
Okay, Cher, who are you going to kick out of your house to allow one of these other people in?
Brian Laundrie. He's got an active warrant
Okay.
now. So
Well,
he's
you better get to stepping.
He's gonna have to go.
he was just given his eviction notice. He hasn't paid
All
rent.
right.
Can't. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say the obvious. Nobody's seen NK in how long? Cher.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
I'm
Come on,
sorry.
Cher. Witness
I
protection.
can't help it.
Really?
She lets me borrow that beautiful brown bikini whenever I want. She stays.
I can't. The brown bikini. I can't.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. The brown bikini. I don't know why she chose that color. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't
Wow.
match her skin tone, but maybe it's me.
Yeah, well.
Prince.
I don't know why she would pick that swimsuit either, actually. That wasn't a cute, like, I can't. I don't know.
I could see if she had like her skin was like tanned or darker skin, it would look nice. But she just was
But
too, and I'm
who buys
pale, but she was too
brown?
pale for it.
Nobody buys a brown
She has no
bikini.
taste.
Yes, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, no.
I don't know why she done anything she done.
Actually, I don't know why it was brown behind the street.
Yeah, she's got a leaky bum.
Oh gosh.
Stop. What are you eating?
Oh God knows.
Hey.
What the hell has he got in his mouth?
Oh, box elderbug. He's eating it.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Aren't they poison?
An elder bug?
A box elder bug
Oh.
or Halloween bugs or whatever.
Halloween
Oh.
bugs?
I don't know what an elder bug
You
is.
talking about a
Well,
You
you
talking
thought
about a stink
wrong,
bug?
Jenny Jones.
Oh, one of those?
Well, it's black,
Is it-
but it's got like little red lines on. It flies around. They're annoying as hell.
Jenny Jones, if you're going to make comments like that, make sure you read the reports because there were no animals that were killed. So you might
Okay,
want
that-
to reread that.
That is
very
just not
disgusting.
necessary to put in here. Seriously.
Not true.
Not true and not necessary. We're all
I'm
adults.
allowed to have animals.
Yeah.
There's
is just-
always
Every
one.
Every damn live, there's got to be one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
all the time.
for God's sake! And we could make video after video explaining everything, and it wouldn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
No,
it's
they're
ridiculous.
gonna,
Oh,
yeah.
That's just sad. People have to
Mhm.
stop. Seriously.
Yeah.
And you know what it does though? Those one rude comments, like I don't want to ever perseverate on that because there's a good 10 to 15 of people with really nice comments and nice things to say or, agree to disagree. And I don't want to forget the nice comments people put there compared to the few nasty ones.
I
So
try
not
to
right.
get back to the nice ones lately, but you guys, I just can't. It's either I
Yeah.
turn my comments all the way off so I don't get it because I want to reply to the nice comments, but to get to the nice comments, there's one every 100 nasty ones. And so I have to see the nasty ones to get to the nice ones. So that's why I've been very bad at replying to a lot of comments. And that's why you see my comments off sometimes because mentally I don't want to have to do that. I just turn them off. But then I feel bad for like the nice people that they want to continue the conversation in the comments. And I understand that. But for me to I feel bad if I ignore all the comments, but to reply to the nice ones, I got to go through so many negative and it's just bad.
And it's sad though, because the people that are saying nice things that, they can't interact because of the rude ones. It's just awful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
I
I try.
Well, just do research and instead of making comments like that, just do your research. And
my sister's been on
save-
with me. Like it's been talked about time and time again. I mean, there's literally nothing else I can do. The records are out there. Take the time to read them. It actually says the police couldn't even find me.
Yeah.
So it's not that I was there abusing animals.
Right.
Somebody was left in charge and left, and my animals were starving. No animals died, by the way.
Yeah.
But this is the other part that kills me is nobody. So there's got to be the rude comments. So everyone who leaves a rude comment, you've never had anything bad happen in your life or misfortune or something happened to you where you had no control over it and you're just stuck with how you're going to deal with it. That means your life was completely perfect. Not, it's just, we all went through shit. Excuse my language. All of us.
It's also a misdemeanor charge. So people who are going around and saying I'm a felon or I left, I'm hiding in Canada. I've crossed the borders like 4 times in 3 months or so, 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm not wanted in the States. And I've paid for this over a decade ago. Like it's done and over with. And it's a misdemeanor, not a felony. Never went to prison. I was in a holding cell for like 8 hours.
But sure, you know what? You don't
have 2 years probation, and I was let off over a year early with everything released because they knew it was bullshit. But unfortunately, when the state presses charges, people want money. That's why you get these bullshit charges. They weren't going to go pay to extradite my sister from Mexico to Minnesota for a misdemeanor charge. Period. Animals were chipped to my name, and the address was in my name.
Yeah,
that's
and
how
sure,
it
you don't have to. I don't think you have to explain it because
tired of
people who
explaining it,
know
but I
you know
feel
the
like I have
truth.
to.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I get it, and it I totally do. But I don't want you to feel like you have to because those who love you know the truth.
And if you go back in the over 2 years, I've been on the platform for 2 years. My story has never changed one bit, not one little bit.
There you go.
And the other thing is you're from Canada and people are like, well, they're going to extradite her from Canada. For what?
They're deporting me from Canada or something. I was born in British Columbia, Canada. Hello.
People are crazy.
I'm like, what are you going to extradite her for? She hasn't done anything. I mean, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They make me tired. They make me tired.
Hey, Julie.
It would make me tired to be negative all the time. I mean,
me too.
I couldn't do it. I mean,
it just takes too much energy out of you. Way
It
too much.
does.
Yeah.
It was literally killing me to be that person that was trashing Armchair Detective daily in that group. I had so much hate. I didn't even realize till like looking back at it, and I don't even know why. It just made no sense because everyone else hated, so I was hating too because it was the in crowd thing to do, and
and people get like
it's draining.
You
It is.
develop friendships with these people, and you do what they do, but then it just goes too far, and before you even realize what you're doing, you're being an absolute shitbag of a person.
Yep. Yep.
And I've had people tell me like they're afraid to lose friendships that they've had. I was afraid of that too when I was leaving a certain situation. I still stand by it being a cult. Leaving that, like I didn't want to. I knew leaving it meant I had to not be friends with people that I was friends with for like the first year or whatever. So that wasn't easy, but I knew I was going to lose everyone and that they wouldn't be able to comment on my stuff, and they would message me privately. I've still never called those people out. They're still a part of that group, but they would message me privately like, I'm sorry, this is how it has to go or whatever. And that's sad.
It is
like
sad.
It's sad.
Exactly.
It's unnecessary. Like if you don't like someone, just don't watch them. Like I don't understand what this make it your life mission to destroy someone else on YouTube. It's stupid.
Thank you, Emerald and Dave. I'm getting sweaty.
And there are people that I don't watch that other people watch, but that's okay because I don't have to. That's not just because Cher watches them doesn't mean I have to. I can make my own decisions and watch who I want to watch.
Oh, exactly. Why wouldn't you watch something that makes you feel good or makes you laugh or makes you happy? Why watch someone that's just going to piss you off?
Right.
That's not healthy.
You guys, I made this community post today. You all know my cussing. Oops. You all know my cussing And compared to like 6 months ago, I'm almost a nun.
That's good. I need to get that way.
Oh
'cause
my
I,
god.
No, I know. Okay, but I said challenge to the creators. I shared the link because USA Today, the FBI has actually, people in the true crime community should be proud of this post, but the FBI is saying because of actually they named the Gabby case, and because of what the online web sleuths have been able to uncover and help with, they're saying here's 42 more cases that we haven't been able to solve. We want you guys to help us. We need new eyes on this.
and that's
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's saying we are
That
being
is
somewhat
awesome.
helpful, and kind of goes against what you say sometimes. They're not looking to us for help. Well, they're asking web sleuths for help, the FBI. I share this link. I say challenge to the creators, pick just one. USA Today states that the FBI wants web sleuths help solving missing persons cases. Now, the link I shared shows 41 or 42 different cases, dating all the way back, which I thought would be kind of fun to look at. There's cases from like 76 and
Oh, that'd be
69 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I say one cuss word. I'm sorry, there's two. I'm like, they want our help solving the missing persons. Can you put the bullshit aside, ? And fucking make a difference? I challenge you. Step outside of the high profile cases. I dare you to work together and solve just one or two of these. What is everyone focusing on? But I cussed. I said two cuss words.
God.
Not focusing on any 41 or 42 of these people's names, but their panties are in a bind because I said bullshit.
Oh
And
God, I'll say a lot
that
worse
can-
if you need me to.
I don't know how
What the hell's wrong with
people?
people?
Demonetized.
Oh, I won't say it.
If she hadn't have cussed, they would have found something else.
Of course.
That's
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying.
exactly
Of
it. They're just
course.
looking for something to pick
Yeah.
at.
Instead of looking at she's doing something good to help people and get others involved to help, they take it in a negative way. Of course.
All right.
And that's a sad
Yeah.
life to live.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Welcome
And
to
that's
our
why when
memory.
Cher,
Right. Mr.
when
Shear, there
Cher
was a
asked me to
question
come
on
on,
here. There was a
What's that?
question somebody said to look at 1018. I can't go back that far. I don't know what the question was. Unless the person could write it again, I don't know.
hi Julie W.
Oh no, I can't go back. I can go back to 822. I can go back
Yeah,
to
if
818.
they could repost it, that'd be awesome. I'd be happy to answer it with you guys.
When Cher asked me to come on panel, she told me, she said, you don't always agree with me. That's why I want you to come on panel. And so when we started talking about different creators, and I won't say this creator's name, and I was like, Cher, I do not like her.
But see, the good thing is like
I don't like the way she does things. I think she's mean and rude, and she's not a nice person. And she's like, that's okay.
Yeah, and that's the
so
cool part is we could all talk. It would be
Yeah.
boring if we all agreed on the same thing. I think I'd be bored. I think it's
But
awesome.
Tammy, did you see her differently after that talk though? A little bit?
Are we talking about the one that doesn't have a show now?
Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh no.
No,
That's not the one. Oh
I'll
yeah.
never.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one. By the way, she kept challenging me to a debate that she kept backing out of. People kept saying I was hyping it up. I'm debating her. I'm debating her on Christian Andriacchio case, and she wouldn't fucking do it. She kept backing it out, putting it off. She wouldn't face me with it. And the last thing I said to her was, "I'm going to take your crown." She said about Ray Andriacchio, she said, "I will topple you, Ray." And as soon as I heard that come out of her mouth, I emailed her. And so I think it's the last email. I said, "I will topple you and take your tiara." Where's she at now?
Gone.
She gone.
Wow.
But yes, I do think differently, Cher, about the other one. Yes.
Good. I'm glad. It was, and even having somebody else that was involved in a certain situation come and free them from that one rumor, I was like, oh shit, maybe we have a little wrong here, you know. So that was very telling also. But
So the point is, we can all
All right,
disagree and still
Mhm.
get along. I mean, I don't know why they feel like they have to go after each other, because it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It's draining.
it is.
It is.
It's so draining.
It's ridiculous.
Chrissy.
Oh, okay. I think it got highlighted. See, why the inclination about Summer's parents? You indicated if at the end of time you said you don't. Oh, because I don't know much about the case of Summer's case. I don't want to say I 100% feel a certain way because I haven't researched or learned about the case completely. From what I already know from it, which isn't much, I feel that the parents could be involved with it. Again, I haven't looked into it much, so I really don't know much about it. And that's why.
Just your own personal opinion.
Yeah, just literally my own personal opinion. Nothing clinical, nothing from reading a bunch of things or watching stuff. No, I'll say if I'm not educated in something or researched enough, I don't feel comfortable giving a full opinion or but you know, I am a person. I do have feelings of things and inclinations. So I was just stating my opinion.
Right.
Oh, did you have to say
Right.
inclination? We're not doing that. Oh wait, no, that's okay to say. That's Tanya's book. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
That's allowed. I don't know why I was seeing the other one. Oh yeah, if you want a good Chris Watts book, No Inclination by Tanya Hagen is great.
There you go.
Is it out?
Oh yeah, it's out.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's been out for a long time. Yeah.
Wasn't she writing a recent one, or is that her recent one?
Oh no, I don't.
I thought she had another one after.
She was working on one, but I think I don't want to speak for but I think something came up. Yeah, Timmy, I think you know a little bit, but yeah, I think something came up, and yeah, we get people that want to do these books, and then something comes up, or we were working on one, and the contract has still never been sent, even though we've been told it's in the mail. Yeah, so and everything was recorded and done, and I don't even know what happened, but we get people that are like jumping on doing book deals, and then something falls through, and then well, I think, did she talk about it? If something comes up and Tanya thinks, oh, you know, this person's innocent, they're innocent, I can do their story. But if something comes up and she can't write that now because it's in her head, well, maybe they're not innocent, she won't go through with it. She's not just going to put a book out to put a book out. And that's why I like her.
Right. Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah. And she's another one that didn't quite agree with what I thought about the Watts case, but that was okay because I like listening to her, what she thinks about it too.
Yep. I agree.
Well, I think we're about done with this one for tonight.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I love
for
you
coming
guys.
on.
Tammy, it was nice
too.
meeting you and talking
Thank
with
you,
you.
Christy.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
everyone for their
Yes.
comments. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the comments and everything. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Where's Johnny?
He's cooking.
Johnny. Oh, what's he doing?
He's cooking. I think he's making pasta. I don't know. It smells really good though. He cooks amazing. He's just yelled, hi, Cher. Hi, Mr. Cher.
We got to get you guys back on the joint channel again to hang out.
We do. And we have to get Mr. Cher in that Batman outfit.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Don't forget
you
our
guys come on.
Gets one.
You guys come on the panel. I'll wear the damn Batman suit.
Yes, you have to. It's awesome. Yeah, we will definitely be on.
Can I call you
Absolutely.
at 2 a.m. or would Johnny
Of
get mad at
course.
me
Oh
again?
God.
Oh,
call
he
me.
got mad last
He
time.
was so
He's
mad.
so cranky. No, he's cranky when he gets woken up. I'm okay. I'm up a million times a night. Either have to pee or let Prince out, or I'm thinking of something and I can't. I'm like, oh God, yeah. He just break him off on him. He's the biggest, breaker off him. I don't want to swear there is. So yeah, just break him back.
Well, we love Johnny. So
Thank
we
you.
gotta have
He
Kelly
loves you
Jean, you are
guys.
so
Or we
right.
should do this again, Chrissy, but we should do because like the guys were in the background as we were plotting and planning this whole Dr. Oz thing too.
Right.
So.
Right.
Mhm.
I gotta
True.
watch the
guys.
episode.
Yeah.
You guys see it.
It's
Yeah.
true.
You might have to send it to me like in 5 minutes.
I'm gonna what? I tried doing it in 3 minutes and it wouldn't send, so I might have to do a minute, and send you
Oh
like
my
20
gosh!
of them.
See, I couldn't send him that clip, and it's 38 seconds or something,
That's
and
so
it's saying it's too
weird.
large to send.
Yeah, that's so strange.
So weird.
But I have to say one thing: everybody in chat, the majority of chat has been awesome. Everybody's been respectful and really
Yeah, they
nice,
have.
except for a few. But this is like one of the best chats ever. So you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Wonderful in
Yep.
chat.
Spirit, everyone's
Thank
good.
Yeah,
you guys.
it's cool.
Thank you,
I like it.
mods. You did great.
Yes, you guys are amazing.
Hmm.
Everybody sleep good. I don't know what time it is, but it's almost 10:50 here. So if anyone's going to sleep, sleep good. And Cher, I'll stalk you.
Yeah, I'll text you in the morning.
Yeah, I'll be calling you in probably like 2 hours. What are you doing?
Yeah. All right. Love you. Thanks for
Love you
doing this.
guys. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Night.